Hello and welcome to this Doha Debate special event sponsored by the Qatar Foundation. Iraq is never out of the news for more than a few hours, and my guest today has generated plenty of the headlines there. He's a powerful and controversial figure in the country. Once a loyal supporter of Saddam Hussein, he became the first prime minister in the country after the US-led invasion. He suffered assassination attempts, but is said by his opponents to have been partly responsible himself for a number of deaths. He's been accused of many things, but never of weakness or lack of ambition. He wants, of all things, to become Iraq's prime minister once again. Iyad Allawi, welcome to the Doha Debates.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Why do you want it again? It didn't go so well last time, did it?
No, unfortunately not. We couldn't finish the route to stabilize the country.
You promised law and order. You couldn't bring it, could you?
Well, we did our best. We brought a lot of law and order, but we couldn't finish the task. Because of the premature elections?
Not much law and order in Fallujah and Najaf, was there?
No, but it was brought to law and order.
You were part of the decision-making process that went ahead with Fallujah, which was possibly a war crime. Do you think it was a war crime?
No, you are talking, I think, on two issues. The first is the Bremer time, when Bremer decided that it's time to take action, and I'm not party to this. I don't know what happened. The second time I was the prime minister, I made the decision. I argued with the Fallujah people. I did open a dialogue with the resistance. And I was very clear that we needed them to surrender Zarqawi and his people. And
the loss of life involved in it?
Well,
all?
you have to. You have to bring.
So you just dismiss it as you have to?
No, you have to use force. You have to use dialogue. You can't just have a daydream and say that we are going to bring order and law in the country.
Well, we've had dialogue, we've had force in the last 4 years, and it's achieved absolutely nothing.
No, during my time, we produced some very concrete results in getting a lot of people, especially the insurgents, and Fallujah. Now they are in office.
But you call this a failing state now. So what did you achieve? You say it's a failing state.
Now it's a failing state, yes, it is. We don't have a state. We may have a government, but we really don't have a state as such. We don't have institutions. The institutions were dismantled.
And you don't accept any of the blame for this failing state?
No, I accept, of course. I was part of the opposition against Saddam. We talked and had a dialogue with the Americans. And
eventually, you were a supporter originally of Saddam, weren't you?
I was part of the Ba'ath Party.
You helped him into power in 1968.
Unfortunately, yes.
Is that a source of shame for you?
No, it's not. But with hindsight, the problems started since then when he decided to take over the Ba'ath Party and to confiscate the Ba'ath Party and to inflict loss on Iraq and tyranny, and we had to embark 2 years later on a course of opposing him. And this is what I did, and this is when I just then graduated from the medical school and had to leave the country because there was a purge in the country, and I was purged with other leaders of the party.
You weren't a paid member of the secret police, the Mukhabarat, when you were in London?
No, God forbid, no.
No? You never did?
Never, ever.
And the fact that Vincent Canestraro, a senior CIA officer, referred to you as responsible for some of the dirty stuff and said you had blood on your hands from your time in London?
Well, they like to accuse people of various things, but I have never...
But they were your friends, weren't they, the CIA?
I knew the CIA, I knew the MI6, we knew some of the Arab... this is part and parcel of talking to the United States, part and parcel of talking to Britain, and part and parcel of talking to other
So you were
leaders.
Never involved in the dirty stuff?
Never, ever.
No blood on your hands? No. Not then and not more recently in 2004?
No.
Didn't shoot anybody in the police station?
An Australian journalist said that I went to a police station and shot like the Terminator, 6 people, which was not true.
So they all made it
falsified. It wasn't true at all.
And were the rumors useful to you as somebody who wanted to be a strong man in Iraq?
It's not useful, but to be very, very open, I think, in a condition such as the conditions prevailing in Iraq, the Iraq is look towards somebody who was quite strong. And
so it was helpful in a way to be seen
in a way, maybe it was
somebody
helpful.
who could pull out a gun and kill a few people.
This is probably one of the dirty tricks of the Australian intelligence, maybe. Or the CIA, I'm not sure.
Let's look at your program. You want to get the US forces out of Iraq within 2 years. Why not get them out now? What use are they now?
Well, now it's very difficult because we don't have institutions capable of facing the threats and challenges